Hello.
Hello.
Today we are back with another reaction video. Only top quality content here, everybody.
Today we're going to be watching video footage from the Batcave in London in 1983.
The original, the OG, the #1 goth club. The Batcave is the place that all modern goths wish they had have got to attend back when it was in its prime. And we have a short documentary video news segment thing from 1983 when the Batcave was at its peak. Let's check it out.
Question is, where do young people go in the dark hours of a London night?
Well, for us chippers, it's where you'll find me in the middle of the night.
Supermax.
Supermax, 100%.
To the Batcave.
To the Batcave!
Batcave.
Oh, to unironically jump into a taxi and just be like, to the Batcave, sir! And that sign is just so iconic. Like, even still now, it's like, oh.
Why can't they just bring it back?
It was a moment in time, you know? Like, it wasn't so specifically about the place as much as it was about the cultural shift that was happening. Goth was new. All those bands were just starting out. Well, like, I mean, 1983, The Cure and Susie were pretty up there by then. But they were, like, the moment. Yeah, you could bring it back. You could put it in the same spot. You could do all the same stuff. It's not gonna feel the same.
Julia and Louise are both 19. For Louise, the blonde girl on the left, Wednesday night at the Batcave is a special weekly treat. She's unemployed.
Why are you telling me that for?
Why do they always have to go
ask.
there? Yeah, well, like, why do they have to go there?
She's unemployed.
He's just Ken. The same energy. Why do they go there every time? Like, literally. Yeah, so you're unemployed. Yeah, you're on the dole. Yeah. Because, of course, yeah, because look at you.
Well, only one of them was unemployed.
But he had to mention it. My initial instinct for it is that they always wanted to try paint the alternative people out to be like burnouts.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, they're unemployed and things.
I think we're just very, like, have our guards up about it. But now I'm thinking about it. If this was a different show, he'd probably be like, there's John, he's a carpenter. Like, that's just how they introduced people back then.
I guess.
And probably still now.
But you could have also just not mentioned it.
He's probably gonna mention what jobs the other person has, right?
I doubt it. Also, they're
Otherwise.
19, man. Like,
Yeah.
they're 19. And I know 19 in the early 80s is different to like 19 in like 2024. Like 19 nowadays is like, I'm just a baby. You know what I mean? 19 back then, I guess you'd kind of want to be doing something by then. Nowadays, 19 is like, man, I just finished school. I don't know what's going on. I'm either in college or I'm in a gap year. Maybe I'm working. You know what I mean? Like, and if I'm working, it's probably because I'm in a gap year. We wanted to mention that this video is kindly sponsored by the wonderful people over at Gothic Beauty magazine. Gothic Beauty magazine have a subscription box service where you can have shipped to you the magazine and all the goth beauty essentials that you need. Everything from makeup, jewelry, accessories, stickers, even albums. And it is amazing. I still use the white powder that we got in a Gothic Beauty box every single time I wear foundation, and the eyeliner pens that we've gotten in the boxes with the stamps I use every single time I do makeup. And we have a giveaway for all of you watching this video. If you want to get your hands on your very own Gothic Beauty box, all you have to do is click the link in the description down below and you will receive a free digital edition of Gothic Beauty magazine. You can also use the coupon code RandomGothCouple on Ziantastic.com or just follow the link in the description.
So after you've went and downloaded your free digital copy of Gothic Beauty magazine, come back and let us know in the comments what you're most excited about getting.
So remember, you follow the link in the description down below or go to Ziantastic.com and use code RandomGothCouple to get your free digital copy of Gothic Beauty magazine, and comment in the comment section down below here to be entered in with a chance to win your very own Gothic Beauty box. We'll be picking a winner at the end of February and announcing it on our YouTube community tab and over on Instagram, so be sure to keep your eyes peeled or follow us on there to see if you are the winner. So best of luck, and thanks again to Gothic Beauty magazine for sponsoring this video. Okay, now back to the content.
You obviously get called to prime if you've got a spiky hair, don't you? You call yourself a punk, Louise.
Well, it's just that you get classified.
Yeah, obviously you do, by the way you dress the people you hang around with.
It's all based on something which is a little bit real. I mean, it's the people that make the atmosphere. You know, it's not and suck your cheeks in and pose in the corner. It's very friendly.
Very iconic human as well, and fantastic fit.
Yeah,
Love
and
the
hair
fit.
as well.
And the hair is
makeup,
great.
I think.
Very
Very
80s, very 80s, the perm.
I'm kind of going for that myself. Natural perm.
I feel like if we leave this out, people will be annoyed. But yeah, they were the original vocalist in Specimen.
It's about fun, and it's about having your tongue firmly in your cheek, you know, and being able to laugh at the realities of the day-to-day existence.
Proof from the horse's mouth, the host of the Batcave in 1983, stating that don't take this too serious. People were just having fun. People were just expressing themselves and enjoying playing with their appearance and their gender identity and androgyny and their hair and what they like to do. Goth is just so serious now. Like, oh well, like it's not goth if you don't do this, and it's not goth if you don't listen to this, and it's not goth if you don't think about this.
When you go outside, most of the time, people are not that serious. When you actually go to goth clubs, people are not like, name 5 bands. That doesn't happen. I feel like people don't talk about this enough. When you go out, people just talk to you like you're a person. If a song comes on, and you're like, oh, I like this song, and you can dance and sing to the song. No one's ever said to me in real life, oh, you're not a true goth. What are you wearing? Da 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 da. People don't judge you, at least not to your face. That's like an online thing for people that probably don't have a lot to do with life, so they're just like sitting on the internet saying these things.
In this day and age especially, there's like generations now that have been raised on the internet, and they feel like the internet is real life. They treat everything like it's so serious and it has to be this way and this way, and I understand it, because so much of modern life is based on the internet, and it is hard to kind of separate that. When you actually go out into the real world and meet real people in real life at clubs and events and things like that, no one cares that much, honestly. And this is proof that Goths have thought that since the 80s. Just calm down, relax, everything's fine, it's not that deep.
There are some surprising people hiding beneath the makeup. Ewan Jones is a customs officer.
See?
Okay.
I was right.
They've mentioned this other person's profession.
But also when they say, you're kind of thinking it in a way like, this one actually has a job. Whoa.
Yeah, but that is how they phrase it.
That's how they phrase it, but I think like for all these shows, that's how you introduce people.
Come on, they were like, there's some interesting people under this makeup. You'd never believe this one works as a custom officer. All of these older like documentary news segment things, they are always spoken with like down the nose kind of view. And
I do. I agree with that. I'm just trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I shouldn't.
But I like to think that I do my job to the best of my ability, and my appearance doesn't necessarily influence the way I do that job.
My parents have always had high hopes of me going to college and university and all that sort of thing. So when I went on to the Dole straight after school, they were a bit disappointed.
Her friend Julia at least has a student grant to live on.
At the moment I'm at Campbell Art College. I really like painting, and I love making clothes. So whether or not I should do a fashion course for Pennycourt, I don't know. I've got to sort it all out. I really admire people like Vivienne Westwood and obviously Malcolm McLaren. I'd love to be something like that.
See, we don't operate any sort of door policy, because I mean, how do you anyway? How do you say that one's right, that one's wrong, that one's right, that one's wrong, just purely because of the way they look?
They literally said, open door policy. We can't police what people are doing, claiming that you're not part of this because you look this way, and you're not part of this because you dress this way. This should be mandatory viewing if you want to get into the goth subculture.
It's the best place in London to go to, that's for a start.
Most original. It's got the most style.
Style is always important because it helps people identify.
We love dressing up. We love makeup. We love.
Because we've been doing it for so many years, you know, it's just hard to go out looking like death warmed up, you know.
I could not go to a club with no. Well, that's what it's all about: makeup, dressing up, hair, isn't it? Clubs. The Batcave certainly is.
Oh, that's what the Batcave's about. It's just about dressing up. I know what they mean.
Some people it is, that's fine.
Yeah, I know what they mean. A place where people can kind of express themselves in the way they want. Maybe 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, they don't look like this, but then this is their opportunity to actually experiment with their style and experiment with makeup and stuff. It's not a vapid thing, you know, it's not shallow to want to do that. If you're going out, you want to try look nice. Or maybe you want to try look weird. Like maybe you want to try experiment because you're going out basically.
Also, it's like a safe place for a lot of people as well. Like, we look like this a lot of the time, but you know, if we go to the shop and stuff, we don't always dress up like this. But for a lot of people, they don't get to do that unless they're going to like a goth club where people can dress whatever way they want and know that everybody around them is going to not like really judge them and just be comfortable.
This is a pair of tights. This is another pair of tights. This is my Kiss Kiss Bang Bang belt. This is lipsticks instead of silver bullets.
That's so cool.
Me last year doing a rundown of any of my outfits. That's tights. That's tights. This is a pair of tights.
This is where I can do whatever I want. I can come down and dress up. Like, I meet people I enjoy talking to. We've got similar ideas. We can just generally get on together.
So for one evening a week, the dull uniformity of life on the dole.
Why are you always going to go there? Why do they always have to take it there? For one night a week they can get out of the dullness of being on the dole. I think we've yet to watch an 80s goth clip video that didn't mention about people being unemployed or on the dole.
In a make-believe world that even Walter Mitty would envy. The whole extravaganza doesn't start till 11 at night, with £3 to get in and 70 pence a can of lager.
Starts at 11? Jesus. I wouldn't be able for that now myself. Interesting as well to get like the pricing from back then. It was £3 into the Batcave, which seems expensive for 83.
70 for a drink.
70p for a can, yeah. £3 in 1983 was like substantial money to be paying into a club.
Did they always have live bands play or just sometimes?
If the guy from Specimen runs it, you'd assume that he'd have Specimen play there anytime he couldn't get anyone else.
Yeah, then fair enough.
I've seen gig tickets from 1983 that was like £4 or like £5 to see like big bands. £3 seems steep.
It's grand, they all have to go.
You get yourself a drink and you get all your friends, they come up and talk to you, and it goes from there really. You go and have a dance or you go and buy a drink. Go and do yourselves up in a box or something like that.
Yeah, it was packed out.
Yeah.
So a club.
Yeah.
I bet they were so annoyed when they asked and that was what they said. So what goes on there? What do you be doing? Well, like you get a drink, friends come, you talk to them, song comes on that you like, you dance. Have you ever been to a club before? Every time I'd be like, oh, at this time the ritual begins and everyone I love that you put your hand up like we're in class.
Sorry, sir. It starts at 11. These people didn't have time to get ready before then.
Some of them have jobs, Lynn.
So what time?
Not a lot. Not most of
Till
them.
10 at night, like. You know what as well? I feel like maybe a lot of them are afraid to go there in full outfit. I know some of my friends used to, and probably still do, get changed when they leave and when they get to a venue just to make sure nobody like says anything to them. Or
You know, I remember before I was on my way in to meet like you and a few of our friends in the city, and I was on a bus and I had like a big like jacket that went down to like basically my ankles. I had like my hood up and someone saw the reflection of my face in the bus window and noticed like and stared the entire time. So it makes sense to finish your makeup when you get there. But I mean, I can barely do my makeup here.
Yeah.
Never mind being in a club.
But it seems fun because everyone's doing their makeup together and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's cute.
My mum's quite proud to be seen with me now.
Yeah.
She wouldn't be when I used to wear bob chains. The only thing that upsets my mum is the neighbours.
Yeah, that's it.
Neighbours, you know.
That's cute though, that she's like, oh yeah, my mom doesn't mind being around me now. Gives you an eye, you know, like that not every like family back then was like super conservative, super judgmental of what you looked like or what you did.
How long does it take you to talk up to come here?
5 hours.
Your father's a miner. What does he think about having a son who gets made up of pan stick and lipstick and whatever?
Well, it isn't pan stick because I can't get hold of the colour I like. In fact, it's number 7 foundation.
Snap.
My father doesn't mind because he thinks he'd like his son to be happy, and if his son's happy doing this, then that's fine by him.
Good example. Even in 1983, they had the right idea. Let your kids look and express themselves however they want. What makes them happy is important.
The first time he comes home, I don't recognise him, you know, and yeah, I was repulsed by it. He'd been up in London about a fortnight, and he came home one day with his hair blonde and makeup all over his face, and he took one step in front of the door, and I said, if you ever come home to Ennis Bull, leave your makeup in London where you can wear it, but down here you just don't do that sort of thing.
Never mind, I take it back. I take it back entirely. I mean, he was trying. See, he's got the spirit almost. The like diversity in all the outfits, the difference between all the outfits is really cool to see. And I think we're slowly getting back to that nowadays. Like alternative people now are starting to obviously go back to thrifting more as kind of against the fast fashion and things like that. They want to like be more sustainable. So it's like thrifting is becoming more popular again in recent years. So we're seeing a lot more like variety and stuff in outfits that alternative people wear. And it's cool. I'm glad to see it because this is just so much more like visually interesting and kind of inspiring, like outfit wise and like makeup wise, to just see so many like different varied looks.
Yeah, I agree. I see a lot of like layering, like they had like one grey tank top, but then you're like, oh, what can I do? All I have is this white tank top. So like they cut up the white tank top and put it over the grey tank top and like stuff like that, you know, like putting your outfits together. And it's something that we definitely want to work on this year as well, just kind of like DIYing and making my own clothes, making our own outfits, stuff like that.
What I don't understand is how they let Bill Wigmore in there. He hasn't even got a kiss kiss bang bang belt, at least. Don't think he has. Good night.
I actually kind of respect that. I think that was a pretty funny joke.
Funny.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I'll give you that. So that is the end of our nostalgic look back at the Batcave during its peak. I've said before, I'll say it again, always love watching back over like old clips of goth in the 80s and 90s and stuff, because you get a real insight into the mindset at the time. Especially this one I think was pretty well done. We've watched others that are very like exploitative or like for shock value or whatever. There were a few jabs made by the voiceover presenter, of course, but this wasn't particularly bad. It just like kind of let them speak for themselves. And I love watching this because you get the outfits, the makeups, you get like inspiration from seeing things like this. So many different styles. It was such like a melting pot. Like there's people there who look like kind of like mods, and then people who are more straight up punk, some people who are like hippie-ish in the kind of like way they dressed and stuff, and you could see how they all kind of like mixed together and like integrated different elements of those fashions into their own looks. And just always like, I mean, the hair, it's just always great to see the hair. We hope that you enjoyed this little nostalgic look at the Batcave back in the 80s. Did you attend the Batcave at any point in life? Comment down below and let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know as well if you want to see more 80s 90s goth reaction videos. If you liked the video, please do leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing as it helps us out a lot. As always, massive shout out to our patrons. We appreciate your support so much. If you want to help support the channel and get early access to videos, our royalty free alternative music catalog, and behind the scenes blooper reels, check out that link in the description down below. And as always, until next time, see you in your nightmares.